The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the New York Giants. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Now Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go! 60 yards.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It's taken to the 26. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10.
To Hunt, 180.
Check back 47. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Kill.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Speaking of Cook, he continues to be a workhorse in the Minnesota backfield. More evidence of that in Week 7 against the Lions. 25 carries, a league-high 142 yards, 2 more touchdowns, give him 8 on the year. In fact, he leads the NFL in both rushing yards and touchdown runs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They LA they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that haters, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, You be liking my flavor,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now Jones. And his first look is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Bang, 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 bang.
Jones now. Throwing again. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to Slayton. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Stop your whining.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Looking to throw. Jones. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Come on, let's go. Back.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. I got 19. Single.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 58, right there. I'm coming for you, son.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On first down, it's Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
At the 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check it back.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We're scoreless after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check. First. Rush in. Gun.
Now Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Ready? Check, 47. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Hey, alert 3.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A toss to Cook. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down. Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. Breaks a tackle. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 22 and a first down.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State is definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on second down. Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They run again on first down. Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 15, check.
On second down now, it's Cook. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, 47.
Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, it's Cook. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watching the five. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Slam.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Golden Tate as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Check, nickel, nickel, nickel. Check, 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 check.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, Charles, switching gears on a bit of a sad note. On Tuesday, October 22nd, Willie Brown passed away. Willie Brown, 16 seasons in the NFL. First 4 for the Broncos, and then the final 12 as an Oakland Raider.
Man, just think about his career. Hall of Fame 1984, 9-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro. And let's face it, the lasting image we'll have of him as a player, that interception for Fran Tarkenton in the Super Bowl. The old man, Willie Brown, taking it all the way back, 75 yards against the Vikings for a touchdown. The Raiders won Super Bowl 11. I had the pleasure of getting to know Willie Brown over the years. And when I tried out for the Dallas Cowboys, we scrimmaged the Raiders at one point. And Willie Brown came over to me and had some nice things to say to me, which was really pretty cool coming from a man of his stature and a man of his ability. And I'll treasure those nice words forever.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. With that incompletion, let's play a little game here. We'll call it 2 up, 2 down. Surprising team so far, 2 for the good, 2 for the bad.
All right, let's start with the good. The Buffalo Bills. Did you really think they'd be pressing for first place this deep into the season?
No.
Okay, how about the Carolina Panthers? Start 0-2 with Cam Newton, undefeated without him. How about 2 down? The Atlanta Falcons. I thought they'd press for a playoff spot. And the Los Angeles Chargers.
How about the Browns at 2 and 4? I thought you'd put them in there.
I didn't expect them to be the team others thought in preseason. I thought they might contend for a playoff spot, but it doesn't surprise me overall.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They run, Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Check, 47. Time to go, night. Check 31, check 31.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Cook. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Tight off, tight off, tight off.
They run it again with Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check safety, check safety.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
And watch your leg. Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. 6 man. Check curls. Check smooth. Shoot.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 40. Mike 40. I don't think you got it, son. Well, hey, we're going Mike 40. Mike 40. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. He's coming.
Operating from the gun, Jones. It's caught, Shepard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ready. Squeeze. Ricky.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass.
5.
Mike 55.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. He's going to let one. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Golden Tate. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Switch.
Gun.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. On 1st down, Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. I'm on. Shift, watch the shift. Deuce.
Snap.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.
Slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go be it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the New York Giants. Here's the kicker, Aldrich Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Behind. Lady.
Squeeze, double.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 84 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it would get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Alpha.
Now Jones operating from the gun. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after him early.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll get him down here at the 23. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Ready?
Jones now to throw on third down. And Ingram hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Let's go. 18 Gator.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
55, my God, 55. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check your hot read.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Hey, dude.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. It's a party now.
From the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
49, check 49, check 49. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got some space here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On the carry, it's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 9.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Cousins now. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Vikings 7, Giants 0. Dan Bailey for the Vikings field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. 5. Here we go.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Switch.
Now Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, Slayton. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's go now. 60 or. Hey. High 7.
Mike 40.
Get it.
Jones on 1st and 10. The 20. He completes it to Tate. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
8 read.
Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 29, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Give him 30 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley about 3 yards there to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
Ready, break.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On second down, here's Barkley. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Check 13. Check 13.
Go, go. Go.
Throwing Jones. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
right there. That's what I do.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
I'm going to hit you.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Cousins. Flush to his right. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Check, 47. Get ready. Sponge. No. Hey, can't. Take four.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Big boy, Jerome.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee.
He's got a man, complete. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defense holds here on the final play of the half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
On the set.
That's the pass. Two times. Hey. You got three.
Hey, Steve 6.
Lucky. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now.
2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Forty's Mike right there. Forty's Mike. Double dog. That's the way. Check. 40's Mike. 40's a Mike. I got you, Pop. Watch the edge.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I smell fear in that offense.
Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
We go. 50 plant.
Single the slot.
Bravo.
I got it.
Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But
this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 77 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Bailey got the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
Hey, let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Give me that ball, defense. Let's go.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play. And
that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, it's Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Cousins now from the 50. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. This is Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready.
Check my 40. We ain't giving up nothing yet.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Check, 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 check. Watch the out, watch the out.
Hey, Orbit.
Check right. Watch it, exit, exit.
Snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
55. Hey, eat. Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant. 55.
Hey, box truck.
Let's go.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Slam. Rhino.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Mike 58 right there. Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ready up.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, check smooth.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
I'm coming.
He's back to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now Cousins steps away. Room past the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Let's go for the Vikings. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Ready. 18 Gator. Here we go.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. from Minneapolis. So long, everybody.